It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the promotional pictures that they released for the finale of Season 1, Episode 6, which is called The Last Time. There are definitely some subtle clues in there, which we're going to be analyzing and breaking down. Some possible references to the main show, as far as some things we've seen already in the main show, and also some possible clues about some factors that could play into the fate of some of the characters. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. First, we have this shot, which was also in the trailer that they released. We have Rick Grimes walking up to the gates, and this is probably right away when he returns to CRM and tells them the story of what went down as far as lying about being the sole survivor of the helicopter crash, but he does have the wound on his head, which is from when he almost got shot in the head by Jadis. Then we have this shot of Rick talking to Pearl Thorne. This is, of course, after some time has passed because he does have his wound patched up a little bit. I'm assuming that he's gonna go the direction of letting her know that he's all in, because otherwise things wouldn't really be smooth for him. There's no way to bring Pearl Thorne back. She's too far gone as far as they're concerned, and I don't think that it's safe to trust her. Then we have this shot of Major General Beale. Now, I think this is the moment Major General Beale actually gives Rick the echelon briefing in the meeting that they have. In fact, there are a lot of pictures with Rick sitting behind a table, listening to someone, and I'm thinking that that's where he gets the echelon briefing. We have this shot of him. He doesn't have his CRM uniform on, he just has a jacket on, but he's listening, and it looks like he has this intense look. So it looks like he's hearing some pretty interesting and insane stuff from Beale. We have this shot of him. He's not impressed. It looks like he's hearing things that he's not happy about. So it's more like he's annoyed and irritated rather than being shocked about what he's hearing. And then we have this shot as well of him. Again, same type of look, but I think he's actually looking at and listening to Beale here. Then we have this shot, which is super interesting. Now, of course, this is from the same scene. He's sitting at the table, listening to Beale, but look at the background. What are those pictures in the background? That's definitely super intriguing. I mean, the one on the right looks like a bridge of some sort. Of course, that reminded me of the bridge where he disappeared at, like where the explosion was, but that wouldn't make any sense. So it's some type of bridge that they're constructing. That's innocent enough, right? The one in the middle, that one's a little interesting. I'll get back to that. But the one on the left, that appears to be a shot of a building or the outside of a building that looks very much like the buildings that we saw at Commonwealth in the main show. I think if you go back and watch the main show and pause in certain moments, there are buildings, especially at the terminal, the main train terminal at the Commonwealth, that have a similar architecture. Does this fully prove that this is Commonwealth and this proves that there's a link between CRM and Commonwealth? No, but something intriguing to think about. And the picture in the middle, I don't know about you, but that looks a lot like the playground area, let's call it, that the Commonwealth had, or the area where they were doing the drills and having the newcomers prove themselves and clear walkers, and an area where they utilized for the Commonwealth military to do some drills. I could be wrong, but this looks like it could be in that area, but of course, could be any building. So again, it's intriguing, it's possible, but it's not 100% proof that there's any sort of link with CRM and Commonwealth. And then we have this shot of Rick. Now this time, he is wearing his CRM uniform, but of course, he has the red stripes on it, which means that this is after he got his echelon briefing from Major General Beale and after he got promoted. And then we have this shot of Rick. Again, his wound is patched up, but it's still fresh. So not a lot of time has passed. But he is talking on the walkie to someone, maybe Michonne, maybe he got in contact with someone back home, who knows? And by back home, I mean back at Alexandria. And then we have this shot of Michonne wearing Jadis's red striped CRM uniform. And it looks like she's definitely going to infiltrate the CRM, which is super intriguing. We know that she does, in some way, get the echelon briefing herself. She ends up in a room and she basically is able to get the echelon briefing. That was in the trailer. So that was interesting, but of course, she was wearing the same thing. And then we have this shot of Michonne wearing the CRM uniform again, but without the helmet. Now, this is innocent enough, but what the hell's going on with that sword? That's not Michonne's katana. We saw that sword before, though. Major General Beale had that sword. It's the exact same one. Major General Beale actually used that sword to give a speech during Okafor's funeral or memorial service, which we see here. This is not from the finale, but this is just a screenshot from one of the previous episodes. So, why the hell does Michonne have Major General Beale's sword? I mean, obviously she infiltrated and got somewhere where that sword was and just took it, but why did she take it? Did she just like it and take it? Or, was there something going on as far as there being a specific purpose for having the sword? Now, a lot of people are saying just because she has the sword, this means that Beale is coming for her and she's going to die because, of course, Beale is going to get the sword back. We think, obviously, there's a very good chance that Beale is going to get that sword back. And people are speculating that because that's the case, then that means that Michonne is going to end up getting killed by Beale. I don't think that. I mean, there's a chance Michonne might die. I've talked about that before, but I don't think the fact that we see the sword is enough to say that, yes, Michonne is at risk of dying. You know what I mean? But I do think it's interesting and very odd that Michonne has the sword in the first place. I'm just going to say that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they should be looking out for and keeping an eye on. The sword is not one of them. So what makes Michonne take that sword? That's my only question. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through in this video. The only interesting one was, of course, the one with Michonne and the sword, and this one with potential links or references to Commonwealth. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.